Hello again, and welcome to another segment of Girl Talk. I'm Carol White, and along with my production crew, Sandy Kutzel and Jeff Lewis, we hope to bring you the next half hour as informative and entertaining. For today's show, we are going to be talking with 4 college freshmen, and I'd like to introduce them right now so we can get into the show and talk about their transition period from high school to college. I think that'll be interesting to a lot of you out there. Okay, on my far right, I have Eric Cutting, Coleen Alberts, and Kevin Kutzel, and Maria Arevalo. Welcome to the show, kids.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you like to be called young adults, right? Okay, now Eric, where do you go to school? And also, let's tell your age.
Okay, right now I'm 19 years old, and I go to junior high college. It's 1,300 students. So, in going to college, it wasn't a real big change as far as amount of people. So adjusting was not probably as difficult as it might have been.
Mm-hmm. Where is Juliana College?
It's about 30 minutes from Penn State, about southwest of Penn State, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Uh-huh. What is your major there?
Right now I'm in the business field. I'm not sure where I want to go, maybe finance, something like marketing, sales. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of exploratory, so.
Coleen?
I go to Widener College. It's in Chester, and right now I'm 18, and
How big is your school?
it's not very big. It's a private school. It's maybe about 6,000 people, but there's only about 3,000 living on campus.
Oh, that's fairly good size.
It's not real big now, and maybe there might not even be that many on campus. I'm not even sure, but
Gee, if you don't think that's big, what do you think of Eric's school?
well,
He's
Yeah.
got 1,300?
Yeah, there's no fraternities or sororities, so it's different, but a lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people want to transfer to schools that are larger, but right now I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Well, you've got plenty of time to make your mind to transfer elsewhere later. Kevin?
Yes, well, I'm just opposite of these two. I go to Penn State University, University Park. As most people know, there's a whole bunch of people up there. It's about 32,000 of us,
Oh my gosh.
and it's spread out all over the place. And, like, there's people from everywhere, all majors, all walks of life. And right now I'm majoring in chemistry, hoping to get into medicine. And I enjoyed myself up there.
32,000, that's almost a small city within itself.
Yeah, and don't quote me on the numbers, but I think there's 54,000 with all the Penn State campuses combined.
Oh, wow.
So when you say Penn State, it's well known across the country.
Yeah, yeah. And Maria, where do you go to school?
Penn State.
And-
Same as Kevin. And it's just amazing how huge it is. You just meet new people every day.
Tell me now, now you're what, 18, 19?
Yeah, 18.
What was your expectation, say like your senior year in high school? These young adults are all about halfway to 3/4 of the way through. What was your expectation, or what did you expect in your senior year in high school, and where are you now? You know, as far as what you thought college life was going to be like. You're living in dorms, all of you, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
The situation with roommates, let's talk about that. Had you ever lived or roomed with anybody else, Eric?
No, I hadn't roomed with anyone before. I had my own room at home, and I get along fairly well with my one roommate. I started out in a triple, and then one of my roommates moved. But right now I get along well with my roommate, and we do pretty much together. We do things separated, but we get along well. And
Did I hear you say you just got rid of your third roommate?
well,
Jack the Ripper over here.
No, he left. He left. It was a double room for 3, and we were 3 people in it. So the school expects it to, filter out as people leave and drop out or whatever. And he moved across the hall, so now we have 2.
Oh. How about you, Coleen? Rooming in, or did you ever have the experience at home before you went in?
I've always had my own room, and when I was going to Widener, I was a nervous wreck about my roommate. I thought we got each other's names and we wrote back and forth, but I was just like, I know she's gonna hate me. I was so scared. And I got there, and she's real nice, and everybody has their problems with living with someone else. you know, because you have different opinions and different ways of life, and you just got to adjust, and it's not hard. And we're pretty good friends. We do just about everything together, her
Oh,
and,
that's good.
and a lot of well, a few other people that live on my floor. But it's fun. It's fun to have a new person live with.
Well, it depends on how much time you're going to take at being meticulous, too, such as it might bother you that she doesn't use a floor mat to get out of the tub with.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that would bother some people, and eventually drive you up the wall if she never used one.
Right.
And have her wet feet on the carpeting or linoleum, whatever you have tile.
You just talk those things out, though, you know. And usually, you know, people aren't picky that way, because they know that they're going to have to room with you know, one other person, and everybody gets.
How about you, Kevin?
Well, with 3 younger sisters, I'm thankful I had my own room when I was home. And of course, I was concerned when I did go to college, because I didn't know if I could adjust with someone in the room, like when I studied or went to bed. And when I went up here, at first we tried to be real good friends, but we realized this wasn't going to work because we were just too different. So now we don't talk too much, but in a way that's the best because we respect each other through that. And we realize that, you know, we're not going to be the best of friends, and if we try to be the best of friends, we're only going to probably kick each other out of the room. So now we don't communicate. And also with the other guys on the floor, it's like it's a family within the floor, and not unless you're just not with your roommate one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has respect for each other.
What about the co-ed thing? I heard you say guys on your floor. Don't you have the co-ed thing on your floor?
Okay. Now, the dorm I live in is sort of special. Because up at Penn State, President Oswald, who's retiring this year, he was always anti-co-ed. They did have one thing called interest houses. And what it was different people who had like a special interest in a separate major. They would go together and they'd have speakers come and talk with the floor. And for the first time, it used to be like one floor would be one like male and the other floor would be female. But this time at Beaver Hall, I'm the largest male dorm on campus. It's crossed in the middle. What is it? A small section is going to be girls and another section is going to be guys. And
Okay. Maria, I'm sorry, we got a case of the laughs here. Maria, how about you with your rooming in thing?
Well, I started out with a roommate from New York. And first of all, I really don't like New York accents because they kind of get to me after a while.
Oh my goodness, a little prejudice here.
Not really. It's just, you know, certain things they say that really, I don't know, really get to you sometimes. But we got along really well. She was kind of, I don't know, kind
From
of
what
a
I
jock.
understand, though, you know, you get along better with the boys than you do girls, don't you? Or you get along with everybody equally,
At Penn, you mean,
like in high school.
oh, yeah.
You had a lot of buddies, and
Well, that's because I had a brother.
oh, okay.
And his friends, and I used to hang around with his friends and stuff. It was always easy for me to get along with guys
Mm-hmm.
because when you have all these older guys treating you like a little sister, then it's not really hard to go out and meet other guys and stuff.
Okay. Well, how about you're divvying up your time now with, say, is there a knock at the door at 4 o'clock to say, let's party? And then you go out with that person, and then you come back in again, and then 6 o'clock there's another knock at the door at someone else saying, let's party. How do you handle that?
Well, you learn it after the first couple of weeks. You learn not to just go out after every invitation because your grades are going to start going down and down and down. But at first, it's so tempting. You just want to go out and have a good time.
And make friends.
Yeah.
So you seize every opportunity. You know, there's a lot of freshmen that don't make it. Very intelligent kids that don't make that first year because they cannot control their free time.
You just have to budget your time. A lot of people drop out. You just have to. A lot of people, you have a test that maybe doesn't go so well, and you realize that I didn't study hard enough. But it's the people who say, okay, now I realize I partied too much, you know, before when I should have been studying, and get it together then. And the other people who, you know, probably drop out just keep on going. You just have to, you know, dedicate yourself, not all the time, but just enough time to get your work done. And there is time to party too.
Mm-hmm. Now, Eric, I think you mentioned to me before that you, something about being allowed alcohol in the rooms. Is it beer and wine, or?
Yeah, our school is, I think, is really good because they treat you as adults. Not to say that other schools don't, but they give you more responsibility, I think, than other schools do. You're allowed to have, there's a liquor policy that's really very open. You can have alcohol and liquor on campus at all times, really, except you can't have, okay, during the week when you're supposedly doing most of your work, you can't have quarter kegs or half kegs in your room, but you can have beer. On weekends, you can have a quarter keg, at least just one quarter keg in your room at a time, but no half kegs. So it really, you know, if you go to college, I think many students are going to probably try to drink anyways, or going to.
Yeah.
And if there's you know, rules against it, that's just going to get the students in trouble and gets people out after them. So I think it's good how it is.
Did you find now, say like with alcohol, that the senior year in high school, does that prepare you in any way for this unbelievable amount of freedom that you have in college in your first year?
I think somewhat it does, but not for, I know some people, not to nearly the extent that they had, that there was the amount of liquor and things around, but.
I know I, for one, don't really condone the idea, but who's to say these kids from one year to the next are supposed to be snap, never exposed to it, and then bang, all of a sudden exposed to it, so.
Well, there's not pure, you know, it is there, but no one is really pressuring anyone to drink, really. You can if you want to. I know people who don't, and there's no real pressure to drink. It's not at all.
And I suppose there's always a few that spoil it for the rest, that can't handle it, but they may not last either, you know, in college. Do you see that a lot, Maria and Coleen?
Yeah.
Okay, now that I got these kids all warmed up, why don't we take a little break right now and listen to Kevin Kutzel and Al Simonson sing Road to Nowhere and Mousy. We'll be right back.
On the road to nowhere, how the hell to get there? Those out-of-tune violins jamming beneath my skin. I canceled my reservation, I tore up my corsage. 'Cause when my boat finally docks, it'll probably be a garbage barge. And I'm out on the road to nowhere, heading home. I couldn't find no real love, no matter where I roam. And reality, PA, is chasing me away. I'm losing all my best eyes day by day. Yes, sir, folks. Reality, PA. Well, my medicine is D's engine, and I love to cruise the bars. Sleep is a word I never heard. I'm a space cadet from Mars. I go to my apartment just to change my clothes. And when I get some money, I just shove it up my nose. And I'm out on the road to nowhere, heading home. I couldn't find no real love, no matter where I roam. And reality, PA, is chasing me away. I'm losing all my best eyes day by day. Well, I used to be a businessman, I read all the magazines. I used to be successful, I realized my dreams. I used to live for friendship, I lived my life for love. But now I'm a secret agent, and I just can't get enough. And I'm out on the road to nowhere, heading home. I couldn't find no real love, no matter where I roam. And reality, PA, is chasing me away. I'm losing all my best eyes day by day. I'm losing all my best eyes day by day. Lord, I'm losing all my best eyes day by day.